everybody. So we're going to go over a passing sequence we've been doing in the gym, starting from a guard break. And I've been teaching this a few different ways. This is kind of some bare bones structure of a flow drill from 10th Planet's E series, what they call their warm-ups, chain drills, flow drills, whatever you want to call them. But we've been working a few different situations on this, and my goal is synthesis, meaning I want to take some things 10th Planet's doing, some things that like the Donaher squad is doing, some things that Hickson's doing, and this drill will kind of be a combination of all that. And I think that there's some great principles here that will work whether you're doing sport jiu-jitsu or fighting or just a hobby self-defense, okay? So I'm going to be in Michael's guard. Now, posture and guard. We're putting out several videos on posture around this time. So you see how Michael's back is off the mat. I don't want that. And if I start trying to push him down, now he gets pushed down into my thighs, right? So that's not what we want. Like I need to kind of widen out a little bit and then push him down, right? So that's kind of one option here, right? So I don't want to push him down on top of my thighs. I need to widen out a little bit. Now, I'm just trying to get posture. He's trying to like pull me down a little bit. I may have to raise up. I'm bringing my hips forward. I'm cat backing, right? So all that's good and well. This arm needs to split the difference. It doesn't need to be outside. That's a Kimura. It doesn't need to be inside. That's a triangle, okay? And other stuff too. That's just the two examples you'll probably get hit with the most, all right? So you got to maintain this. And then two, if there comes a point you lock this arm out, you got to imagine that like, maybe Michael will try and grab and pull my elbow out. Right, so I need to be aware of that as I get to a certain point in this. This is for when someone has a really stubborn guard. So I'm going to go wide, and I'm leaning here. I never want to lean forward to this part. Okay, that'll give him my posture. Okay, now when I want to bring my knee to the center, I come up, and then I go wide again. I've almost got his guard open. Okay, I learned this detail from Rodrigo Pinero. He's a Hoyler Bite Belt World Champion. Right, and I got to be careful when I do this not to lean forward. I'm side to back. I put my live toe on the mat. That opens his guard a lot. Sometimes I'll have to, when I do that, it changes the direction. It really puts my hip on his calf, okay? So again, just driving to this back corner on this axis. Now when I do that, sometimes longer leg guys, really good guys, will keep their legs closed, okay? So what do you do when that happens? You stand up at the second live toe. So I use two live toes here. If you can keep the open guard, I stand up anyway. With the second live toe, it's like a samurai drawing a sword, right? So here I go wide, narrow, wide, live toe, here. Oh, it didn't open, right? Here's where you gotta be careful about this, okay? So here, boom. Look, I gotta get over his leg. If his leg is here, you probably didn't step, as you were here, you might have done that, right? You gotta kind of step over it, okay? Some of the beginners doing this right now are like, what do I do about this leg? If you come up on that second live toe, you're automatically over it. So if you're not, you got to kind of stand up a little bit. See my live toes in the mat. Michael is doing a good job here. He's defending. If I keep going, I'm probably not going to get anything. Also, if he slips this, just where his elbow's at, he's got a good underhook, okay? So if you get so focused on this pass, you do that. He may do this, bring you forward, and initiate it like a knee tap or a back take. I'm going to reach back for my wizard, which is not the best thing to do. And you come up and knee tap me and just do the self-defense armbar we've been working on, okay? So go ahead, swoop. Oh, I wizarded him, but he's just going to go over. And then I'm, grabbing his head. He steps over, he frames the face, boom, and he takes the armbar. He steps over the head, and he's on his hip. And because my elbow and arm's here, I can't come up. This doesn't feel like a lot, but I nabbed can't even pull out. I nabbed a guy who's 35 pounds more heavier than me that's a purple belt the other day, right? He's strong. He's good. It wasn't, you're a first degree black belt, Brian, you're supposed to, right? Yeah, I've also didn't get to roll for 3 months because my shoulder was torn. And that was like literally one of my first rolls back. And this person is bench pressing me off of their mount. Like, get off of me! And it really works well against that, okay? It works well against this headlock situation too, okay? So we're just working from here and exploring some different pathways, okay? So look, I need to be wide with my triangle base. I need to be pushing him down, wide with my knees, here. He does the knee shield. Z guard, whatever you want to call it, right? This time as he slips his underhook, boom, I kick back. Not over, he'll take your back if you do that. This arm is a wedge under his head. Now, this is a point, if you notice he's doing that, I'm just gonna pummel and pass. And it's a lot easier to pummel a half mount underhook. As I say, hey, I'm doing half guard passes, what do I need? An underhook. Hey, I'm doing half guard sweeps, what do I need? An underhook, primarily. So it's like both guys are working for the same thing. This is a little easier way to get it if that's what you're after. If he's a good guy, that's like, oh, it's a problem for me to get my underhook. In the first situation, he's probably gonna go here. This is good though. Now, order operations-wise, you could do a couple of things. I could step back over and pick his knees up, right? Or I could just kind of start going here and step over as I'm doing it. Here, I notice that Michael, he has the inside position with his elbow, okay? Now, if he has the inside position, he can pinch his knees. He can reach out with his feet a little bit. He can do a hip escape and go all the way to the other side. Come up into the knee tap. Yes, and then we're back in this situation. So that's another way we've been doing this, right? Just, knee tap. Everybody always asks me a question about that. Like, hey, coach, I did the knee tap. What now? Like, oh, it's passing. Like, his arm's here. Oh, because it does end up kind of awkwardly sometimes when you knee tap someone. Like the arms are, like he's got, there's an overhook entangled still. Yeah, it's weird, right? Step over to technical mount armbar. That's a great response for everybody. One more time on the pass. Now let's say this time I'm gonna get inside position from mount, okay? And then next time I'll notice no inside position. So we're gonna do 2 more situations, okay? So here, wide, you need to go up as you go to the center. And then I've already put my live toe out, right? Here, monitoring this arm. My second live toe is dug in the mat. Here. He gets the underhook, he pulls me forward. I post and look, my hands behind his head on the mat, wedging. Okay, now I'm here, good. Now you see, this is here, right? But when I go to mount, just where it's at naturally, I feel like I'm gonna have inside position. That's what we're gonna explore this time. Okay, so here, boom, I got it. You're gonna get it. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not, and you need to learn the inside position is a decision-making process for when you go to mount someone. I'm good, I can advance here. Watch. Clear. Here. Feet are contoured to his hips. If he bridges, he's not gonna do anything, right? He bridges big, right? He would have to shoulder walk first to get out. So you gotta do something to do something, and I can kind of maintain too, right? So guys, when this happens, same armbar we've been showing. What I wanna do is here, and cut the corner and come up. I've been calling this a short technical mount, because normally your technical mount is wider. It's your foot is here a lot. This is what is shown a lot, right? So same sort of idea, carry your weight on your hand, okay? Right, as you go over, it's a very important detail, right? So, but with this, right, I'm going out to his, right here, belly down. I may finish it on my knees. If he opens, I'm going to my hip. If at any point during this time they start trying to push you off, it works great, right? And his arms are just all up. His elbows are up, right? So this is the basic mounted armbar from high mount, right? Last sequence, I'm gonna go to mount after that whole situation. You have inside position, so I can't keep going. And I'm not gonna let you just come up and knee tap me and grab your head and your armbar me. That's not gonna happen either, okay? This would be a different situation. All right, you're all out of arm bars. Here. He underhooks, he pulls me forward, hips up. This wedge behind his head I'm a huge fan of. I go here, but Michael's denying me. I hate it. And he's gonna be good. We trained together for a long time. I go to knee mount, and he's still got this inside position here, right? So when I go over, like the last one we showed, he came up to the knee tap. Here, right, when I go to clear the butterfly hook, and I just go to the knee on belly, but he still is here. And if he has here, he can just do what he did a second ago and start rolling up, right? So I noticed that. So I need to go back. And when you go back, just like when you're passing, his head's far away. So if he pulls that arm out from under the head and reaches it over, I'm pummeling it inside and scooting back. And look where his elbows were, just like they were when I mounted him a second ago. So I have inside position with my body from side. I'm gonna go here, standing on my calf. This lane is open here. Boom. You got that. Okay, so that position, guys, is just like, let me go posture break. It's just like the guard pass and everything I showed before the break we're doing now. Here, boom. Now it's here. This is where we are, okay? Put an elbow there, always a pretty good idea. So what we saw is that when you arrive in the knee on belly position, coming from mount, so I was in 3/4 mount, he's inside, I pry out, I go here, and then he's still inside, right? Here. Elbow in, foot hooked, just like you just did a windshield wiper pass. Okay, he starts doing that, right? I'm gonna go here, pummel inside, scoot back. Okay, keep your hip off the mat, live toes, and then be able to slide dollar bill under your hip. Okay, here. Look at this lane that's open. I pulled his hips to me. You got it. Okay, so like we did, we put a video out on the throw. As we were throwing, sacrificing, we landed in mount. Chain it together. As you take him out, go for the arm bar. It's there. Right? If you got their arms here, it's there. If you drill it that way, much less likely that they get something like this. Like, you know, their arms are up, but they're putting their hands together, right? If they do, we'll put some stuff out on how to take the arm anyway. Okay? I know a lot of situations, but you could watch it like 0.75 speed or just rewind it, or 2 taps on your iPhone, 10 seconds back, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.